Like, I should probably figure out what this is before I start talking about it. Just a thought. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna. This is Coffee, Books, and Bullet Journals, and I'm going to talk to you about some anticipated releases that I have for the third quarter of the year. Alright, so this should have gone up last week. It didn't. It's fine. This month has been insane. I mean, like, we're already at the basically the midpoint of the month. Essentially, we're a third into the month. And I just recently finished my first 2 books. So we love that for me. This is also my first time filming other than vlogs in like 2 weeks, because I had pre-filmed some stuff and then went on vacation and didn't edit them. So I was just kind of using that backlog. Anyway, I want to talk to you about some anticipated releases that I have for the third quarter, so July through September. 3 of them have already come out, so it's kind of, I haven't read them yet, so they're still anticipated, but they have already come out. But anyway, it's July, August, and September, with one end of June one. Originally, it was supposed to be out in June, and I got pushed up, or I missed it on my June one, but anyway. I have 10, roughly, that I'm going to talk about. I also have a Goodreads shelf for all of my anticipated releases for this quarter that I will link down below, and that way there's a lot more on that, but this is kind of like the ones that I'm really excited about. So, the first one has already come out, and that is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This is the 4th Riley Sager book, and the second one I've read, or well, I haven't read it yet, but I've only read one of his. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to read this, sneak peek for my Reading Rush TBR. But I'm really, really excited about this one. This one sounds so spooky. Riley Sager does really, really well with spooky books. Lock Every Door was amazing, and I loved it. And I have no doubt that this one's going to be just as spooky. It has to do with a woman who inherits this house that's haunted, but I don't know, she doesn't believe it's haunted. I don't know. Her father wrote this horror book about it, and then she inherits it, and then it is more haunted than not. I don't know. I'm very excited about it, and I will be reading it during the Reading Rush, so there's a sneak peek for that. The next one came out on July 7th, and that is Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron, and this is a queer retelling of Cinderella. Not a retelling, sort of. It is 200 years after the story of Cinderella, and basically at this point, it's a requirement for all of the girls to come to the ball and basically try to win the prince's favor. And it kind of gives me almost like game show, not game show, but like The Bachelor vibes-ish, and real excited about this one. It's an author of color. I think it's a debut. Pretty sure it is. It's queer, though, because 2 girls that come to the ball or to the, to try to win the prince's heart, actually would like to be together. So, really here for that. But I haven't picked it up yet, but the cover is amazing. Like, if you've seen the physical covers and the ones where they kind of move it so that it kind of, I don't know if it has gold foiling in it or something, but I don't know. It's stunning, and I need it on my shelves yesterday. Moving right along with all of the gayness, the next one is Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. This is a queer fake dating relationship with a son of a celebrity. So his parents were rock stars and then ended up going to rehab, and then his father's making a comeback, so he's back in kind of the spotlight, but he's not he doesn't have a great influence or a great reputation, so he is trying to get this fake boyfriend to clean up that image, I guess. I don't know. Sounds real cute. Sounds real gay. I'm here for it. I'm here for fake dating. I thought it was royalty romance, and then I was like, oh, it's red, white, and royal blue, because it's London and things like that, but it's celebrity, not royalty. But anyway, still very excited about it. Moving along to the books that have not come out yet. So now we're fine. Coming out on July 21st is the next book in Sonia Menon's series, the Dimple and Rishi series, and that is 10 Things I Hate About Pinky. And so this is following two kids that is another fake dating relationship, which I love. She does that so well, but I feel like that this is going to have a lot of social commentary in it. One of the main characters is this like social justice warrior who will save anything from the raccoon to the kid at school that's getting bullied and anything like that, but her parents are like these conservative lawyers, and so she likes to kind of shove it in their face sometimes. I'm here for that. Then there's also the love interest is this like Harvard-bound mama's boy, and I feel like the dynamic is going to be amazing. I have a pretty mixed relationship with with Sonia Menon in general. I did not like When Dimple Met Rishi. I just felt like it was really juvenile and just a little bit like over the top. But so I read that one, and then I read There's Something About Sweetie. For some reason I can never remember the names of these books, but really enjoyed that one, and I feel like she kind of toned it down. It grew, her writing grew up a little bit, so I'm really excited about it. I did not like Of Curses and Kisses. I actually ended up DNFing it, but I'm hoping that because this is a different, this is more contemporary, it's not fantasy, it's not like a retelling, it's her own story. I'm hoping that we kind of stay on that upward track. Moving on to the August books. The first one is The Night Swim by Megan Golden. Now, Megan Golden wrote The Escape Room last year, and that one had a lot of, mixed reviews. I actually really enjoyed it. I had a really fun time listening to it, and I think it was very intriguing and page-turning. Megan Golden definitely knows how to write. There are some people that really didn't like it, but, overall, I thought it was really good. It was full of a whole bunch of unlikable characters, and I was here for it. This one sounds really interesting. It is about a person who does this podcast who kind of ended up becoming this local celebrity because the podcast in season 1 started out as following this person, and they ended up finding out that this person was innocent. It's a true crime podcast, if I didn't mention that, and so they were able to free the person because of everything that was on the podcast. So season 2 comes out, and she's starting to work on season 2, and there is a rape trial, and the person who's accused of rape is this golden boy, and he's an Olympics or a wannabe Olympic swimmer, and it kind of has this Brock Turner vibe to it. I'm real here for it. I'm very excited about it. I actually did not hear about it nobody's really been talking about it, but I think it was Amy from Amy Reads when she was doing her anticipated releases. She talked about it, and I was like, oh, I need this now. Cool. So I love books about podcasts. Sadie, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Well, I mean, that really was a podcast. It was that was actually true crime. That wasn't fiction. But anyway, these books have I don't know. They're just, it's a weird thing that I like. This one might be one that I definitely want to listen to on audio, because I feel like it's going to have that podcast element to it. At least that's what I'm thinking. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. I quickly want to mention Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angeles. This one I actually talked about in my previous quarter because originally it was supposed to come out in May. It's actually been pushed back to August 25th. I don't want to talk about it much because I already have, but it's basically like a Moulin Rouge, Phantom of the Opera, Night Circus mashup, and that sounds amazing, and the cover is beautiful. I also think it has Filipino representation. I think it might be Sapphic. Don't quote me on that one though, but I think it might be. And that's all the August ones that I have, which is surprising. Or at least on this top 10 list. There's a few more, but I'm this might be good, but I want to see some reviews on it. So, moving on to September 1st, and that is the Dragon Tapestry by Katie O'Neill. I freaking love these graphic novels. They are the most precious thing in the entire world. The art style is fantastic, and it just warms my heart so much. And I actually do have an arc of this one, and I have started reading it. It is on NetGalley, so if you're interested in picking it up, definitely go request it, because it's so good. The representation in this book is always amazing. Katie O'Neill is a fantastic artist, and this will like melt your heart. It is so precious. I also really like, I don't know, I get this bond, like when they're talking about the bond of the dragon to its handler or owner person, it just reminded me of me and Doyle, which is, I don't know, like it's probably weird and probably does not make sense, but it just like, it was talking about a death, and the dragon had not started regrowing its tea leaves, and they were talking about how the dragons will get depressed when there's a death, or you know their person has died or left, and I was just like, it's so good. I haven't finished it yet, but I will, like today. Okay, coming out on September 8th is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. I will pick up anything that this man writes. Anything. So, I saw that he was writing a new book, and I immediately put it on my anticipated reads list, like before even knowing what it was about. I like literally read the synopsis this morning, and I was like, I should probably figure out what this is before I start talking about it. Just a thought. I'm gonna read the Goodreads description because I honestly can't explain this as well as the synopsis can, but it's a poignant comedy about a crime that never took place, a would-be bank robber that disappears into thin air, and 8 extremely anxious strangers who find that they have more in common than they ever imagined. So it's it happens at an open house, and then there's like a robbery, something. I don't really know, but it's Frederick Bachman, so I will be picking it up immediately. Coming out the following week on September 15th is Legendborne by Tracy Dion. Is that right? I think that's how you say her name. First off, this cover is spectacular, fantastic. It's gorgeous. But this is a debut fantasy. I think it's debut. I really should probably figure these things out before I start filming. Why do you guys still stay subscribed to me? I don't know. Anyway, it's a fantasy that kind of... It's been like phrased as the Shadowhunter City of Bones meets like Southern Black Girl Magic, which like who wouldn't want that? Like really. This I like because it's a urban fantasy. It takes place like at a school, and those are kind of like, I don't know, I tend to like those type of fantasy more than like your high fantasy where I have to figure out the whole world before I can actually get into the story. So that's really nice. But this has something to do with like these people that have these powers that somehow are related to like King Arthur. I don't know. Know very little about this book, but I keep hearing about it on Twitter, and so I like looked at it, saw the synopsis, and was like, sure, this sounds amazing. Let's go for it. And then the last one I've kind of already talked about. I think I talked about it in my mid-year freakout tag. It comes out on September 29th, and that is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. And this is slated as an adult Harry Potter that if you don't pass your classes or you don't live up to being the, whatever it is that you're supposed to be, you die. Literally. Hence the Deadly Education. Naomi Novik is very well known for creating very luscious worlds, and her writing style is very lyrical and beautiful, and I am here for it. This is something that is definitely one that I have been requesting everywhere. NetGalley, Edelweiss, everywhere. I just need this book. But it doesn't come out until the end of September, so I may have to wait for this one. The character in this book has a very powerful, strong magic, and there are monsters lurking about at this school, and while her dark powers could very easily kill the monsters, they could also kill the students. So there's definitely going to be this moral dilemma, probably this chosen one trope, hence the Harry Potter equation to it. But as someone who has been disappointed in Harry Potter and the world and the author, I am definitely looking for a replacement. So if this is it, I will be a very, very happy person. Okay, that is all of the highly anticipated reads that I have for you today. Let me know down in the comments below what you are most anticipating for the next 3 months. So July, August, September. Maybe it's already come out and you just haven't picked it up yet. So let me know what you guys are really anticipating, and let me know which of these books I should prioritize and pick up first. Thank you all for watching. If you are new here and you have not yet subscribed, there is a little red button that you can do so down below the video, and all of the links to my other social media will be in the description below if you would like to be my friend on any other platform. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
What makes this heart beat faster?